There. The St. Bernard Parish Sheriff's Office seizes dozens of animals and arrests a woman as part of an animal cruelty investigation. Deputies booked Tina Bernard with aggravated cruelty to animals. And these are images provided to Fox 8 by a concerned viewer. During a search of her property on Robert Drive in the St. Bernard community, investigators found about 47 dogs, 37 of which were living inside of her house. They also found chickens, ferrets, horses, and a pony. Veterinarians on the scene say that many of the animals were suffering from serious health conditions and in danger of imminent death. The animals that needed immediate medical attention were removed first, and more will be relocated as this investigation continues.